What's up, guys? For today, I'm going to be talking about the state of play when it comes to the game and the failures of Oasis, and my personal experience regarding the game and how it's progressed. So, well, when I talk about the state of play, don't click off the video yet, because I do want to I do want to explain to you guys why things aren't looking too great, or things haven't been great for a long time. So, the player base has decreased by an enormous amount. Free to plays have left, pay to wins have left as well. Now we did an analysis a while ago that determined how many players were online at a time. Not in the middle of the night, not early in the morning. Now what we looked at is how many players are online at a time for every region combined. Okay? Under 3,000 people are online at a given time. Under 3,000 people. When this game has a backing of 1,000,000 people. We're bridging under 3,000. When I was in the 1700s, servers, I didn't get a cluster until a year after I started. A year after I started. A full year. Now, everybody else got theirs when they were eligible, but we didn't get ours. Well, all the information I got was delayed, delayed, delayed. That's all I got from it, right? So, took him a full year. I ended up quitting that anyway. I didn't give a shit at that point because I didn't. It was a full year, right? What am I supposed to do? Fill content for an entire year without cross? It just wasn't going to be possible. And I started seriously getting into making more videos. Now, what you guys don't realize is there's a lot of factors that kill out a game, okay? First of all, the pay to win factors. Second of all, the meta factors. And third of all, the content factors, okay? So, in my personal opinion, I feel like, or I probably know, that the English side doesn't have developers that know what they're doing. Might not even have developers really at all. So, an example of this would be the cluster implementation. If you had individuals that knew what they were doing, you would have an automated system that made it so when you're eligible for cross, you would get implemented when you can, right? When the 6 months or the 30 days, as far as I'm concerned, it's 30 days. When the 30 days happens, that's when you can automatically be put into it, right? But instead, they have a system where they're implementing it manually, okay? And when they do that, they don't know what they're doing, right? Because they try to implement it manually, but they can't. Now, when it comes to implementing servers into a cluster that's already existing, it's fairly easy. But there's still a delay. But when it comes to making an entirely new cluster, there's no fucking direction. They just go, tell them go right, they'll go left, right? They just don't understand, they don't know how to do it properly, okay? That's why there was a backing in the server clusters. That's why when you see the amount of players that play on these clusters, you're going to see the numbers down, okay? And the reason for that is because when they haven't had a cluster for a year, for an entire year, people are going to quit the game, okay? First of all, you can't do Sage World without a certain number of registrations, right? If your new server pops out and it's dead as fuck, like the LA ones, why keep making LA servers, honestly? They should shut that region down due to the fact that there's not enough players starting on these new servers. They can't do Sage, they can't do nothing, okay? Not even G&W, for fuck's sake. They're doing these random battles, which are garbage, right? So they should shut that region down. Whatever, who cares? But that's the problem with, and it's a lot of other factors too, guys. I'm going to explain them in a second. So, when you have the lack of communication, number one, the lack of giving a shit, number two, the lack of understanding, number three, and the lack of knowledge is number four, okay? They don't know fuck all when it comes to that, so. Same thing with merges. Now, merges is a big factor as well. So, they've introduced a new cluster merge. Okay, now what a cluster merge is they're combining clusters together, okay, to make it more active, right? Now, these cluster merges occur every 6 months, okay? Or these standard merges occur every 6 months, right? So we have a 6 months gap in between the first time they do these cluster merges and then the next, or regular merges, right? Vice versa. So, in these 6 months, what happens in this 6 months? The player base is declining. Declining, because they can't do Sage, they can't do nothing. They're already bored of the game already, right? So, by the time this is implemented, like, look, I'm going to be honest with you here. Do I think these cluster merges and shit will save the game? Fuck no. Hell no, it won't save the game. It'll make the game interesting for another month. When this cluster merge happens, yeah, I'll play for another month. Or I'll play for, I don't know how long, but it's a repeat of the same garbage, right? Because people are just going to get bored and fucking quit. That's what's going to happen. There's no such thing as, like, reoccurring players in this game. Nobody really wants to come back and play due to these factors. So, the current team that is running this shit show don't give a fuck about the game, don't give a shit about the player base. They never have, they never will. It is a dying game. It will forever be a dying game. Nothing will change that. It is beyond saving. Even if you take all the animations from Naruto Online Mobile, which if that game dropped globally, I would ditch this shit right away. Even if you take all the animations from Naruto Online Mobile and you chucked it into this shit, maybe you'd get some. But that's not going to happen, right? So, factor number 2. Implementation of new features. We are missing tactic percentages, which have been out in CN for a very long time. We are missing this dual arena shit. We are missing Kanabi Bridge for over a year, over 4 years, my bad. And I'm sure we're missing more things as well. So, Secret Scrolls, training flags, whatever. Dual Arena, the new one, was announced a month ago, I want to say. They pushed this shit back till the end of November after saying that would be implemented. I think it was saying implemented. It was going to be implemented in September. They fucking pushed that shit back. So that was a dead dream. And honest to God, do I think it's going to be implemented in November? Fuck, of course not. Of course, why would I? Why would I think that? Because I've already been through this shit. I've experienced this shit. Here's what happens. It's a delay game. That's what it is. They can't properly code shit. They had it released in another region and it completely failed. They had to fucking rip it right out and fix it up, and It was a fail. Canopy Bridge, this shit, it's all the same fucking thing. So, all that's missing, whatever. And we were actually looking forward to doing the dual arena. Because you can select teams and cancel out all the Shisui you see, right? Whatever. Didn't happen. So, that's still not a thing. The only thing that are the only thing that's holding this game together, because the content is dry, let's be honest here. I go into DB, I don't get a fucking fight. I see the same people over and over again. Space time, half the time I can't do it because everyone's autoing their way up to fucking victory. I don't fight anybody in space time. You wanna know why? Because no one fucking does it. Like, let me put this into to perspective, right? My cluster, a big ass cluster, by the way, it's fucking huge. Okay, all the way ranging from the 13 or no, my bad, the 1400s to the 1600s. Okay, look at this shit. We go to training rounds. 27 people. 27 fucking people. 27 people participated in training grounds. Look, we got the space-time strongest. Let's click here. Let's see what's happening over here. You're gonna see all the of the AFKers, right, and shit, right? Like, look, I can just stand do nothing here, and I'd win. So, space-time's dry. Decisive bonds is dry. XG and W, my group wins all the time. We're the only one who gets into that shit. Really, we are. Maybe one other group, but it's only us, really. Arena, that's always going to be the same. It's not active. It's just fun. I'd say it's... But even then, Arena's one-sided as fuck. I could throw in a Shisui and win every single fight. It's so boring. Why would I do Arena? The only time I'm doing Arena is if I'm making a video. Or if I'm doing Ranked Arena to get my fucking... to my seal scrolls and shit. That's the only time I'm doing Arena. The other times, I'm not doing Arena. I don't give a fuck about that. Garbage. Same thing. Throw in a Shisui, win the fight, and fuck off. That's all it is. So, now that we've talked about the failures in this garbage game, and I'm not gonna bring any cons in it because there's no cons here, right? We're gonna get in the second half of this shit. God forbid, dude. And I'd say this heavily will revolve around the delays. Now, look. Here we go. Okay? We're ready for this. Recently, we have acquired 2 new ninja. Recently, right? We've acquired Sasuke, Chinese New Year, whatever. Naruto Autumn Festival. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, we are missing Mei, the new Mei, Gara of the Sand. Okay? I'll have to check everything to make sure I'm right. We're missing Gara of the Sand, Mei, Ashura Breakthroughs. We are missing the guy, whatever. Okay, we'll get into that. So we're missing a fair amount of units, right? Now, here's the thing. The only thing that's keeping people really on this game and funding it are these characters. We had the trash cans, which people ended up spending for those. Shouldn't have done that. They're fucking garbage. You had the trash cans that were coded horribly and thrown into the game. One had to be buffed 100 fucking times to make him useful, and he's still not even useful. But we got Sasuke, my bad, Sasuke Asian style before Gara of the Sand. We got Sasuke before Gaara. Gaara we should have had a long fucking time ago. But again, I don't feel like they can code these ninjas in without breaking anything, right? So I think that's probably what's happening is they can't code the ninja in the game. So that means it's going to break, right? So Gaara's a no-no. He's going to be out maybe next year we'll see him. The guy Sensei, December potentially Christmas time, whatever, yeah, do your thing. They want all the money on Christmas. Guy Sensei will probably see Guy, and a lot of people will spend for. He's actually pretty good. So that's one good ninja there. But he's fucking glitchy. His animations don't show up half the time. He's a glitchy fucking. Again, they do this shit right. They're gonna code the ninja in, but it'll be broken. Doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, we're missing ninja. We're missing features. We're missing power features. We're missing everything. All the whole 9 yards. We're missing it all. You literally what you do is you log in, do your dailies. If you even do those. Do a Sage World if you can. Ninetales, no one gives a shit. DB's empty. Then you leave. That's how it goes, right? So. Now, we'll get into meta. Okay? It's the devs' faults and Oasis' fault for this shit. They released a ninja that's unstoppable and is overpowered. Should be nerfed. So look. How do you stay in the game? When you're pay to win, right? Here's how it works. You get into this competitive environment with a competitive mindset, you want to win, right? You want to stay on top. So, to combat the people that are beating you, you're going to spend more, right? Cool. But you also need the units that other people have to be able to compete, right? For example, if a fucking, if say a 3 mil didn't have a Shisui, and a 2.5 mil did, a 2.5 mil is going to beat the 3 mil's ass, right? Just due to one ninja. And don't tell me it's not possible due to the power gap. It fucking is possible. That ninja's broken. If you fucking run Shisui with with Hashi BT or whatever, you're winning the fight. If the 3.5 mil doesn't have, or the 3 mil doesn't have those units, they're gonna lose. So what do? You get them. You spend more money. So this has driven a lot of players out of the game, right? Because it's not free to play friendly. I don't care how many people say it is. The free to play units you get, you're not competing with anything, okay? Orochimaru's dead. No one uses him anymore. You're getting Orochi. The reason why no one uses Orochi because he's a fucking battery. I don't want to explain, but I think Shisui needs to be nerfed. He should have been nerfed a long time ago. Because what we're introducing now soon is a boring shit garbage meta, right? Where all you have to do is put Guy somewhere, right? If the guy is in front of the Shisui, you win the fight. You're blessed. That's all you do, really. It's gonna be so boring as fuck. There will be no content at all. Okay, what it will be is literally getting Guy down to 1% HP. And then the guy one-shots your entire fucking line of units. That's how you win the fight. That's all there is to it, okay? You want a counter? I've said a counter. No one fucking believes me. Warp his ass. P2 the fire main, seal that bitch, get him immobilized and out of the fight, and clean up round 2. It's simple, right? But no one listens, no one gives a shit, so... Done trying to fucking tell people, oh, that's how that should go, right? Whatever. Do their thing, right? People are just gonna run Guy, Shisui, Guy, Shisui, Guy, Shisui. That's all it's gonna be. It's so dry as fuck. So the upcoming meta, do not be excited about it. It's gonna be boring. I do not plan on recording anything, any fights in space time with just that shit. It's so boring. Okay? Never. How do you stop the unstoppable? You create a ninja that can do it, okay? Guy seals standard attacks. Guy one-shots your entire team when he dies. That will, not perfectly, but it will go against Shisui. Okay? They've gotten to the point where they have to makeshift some sort of OP thing to counter what they've already created and put in the game. Instead of making like a fair balanced ninja, right? Was Naruto 6 Path BT balanced? Oh no, it was not. Wasn't balanced. But shit, they went to a whole different level with Shisui, where you like Obito breakthrough, whatever. Like it doesn't compare to what they did with this ninja. So the game's not free to play friendly anymore. People quit because they keep fighting these harsh Shisuis, and they don't care about giving the free to plays what they deserve. Which I'll advocate. If you're free to play, you should probably get something good, right? The thing is, this game has to make money because if they slow down, I will say it. If they slow down, the game will shut down. Okay. In fact, it's probably on the blink of shutting down. It's a dire situation for Naruto Online. What's keeping them on their feet is the new ninja releases that people keep dumping their wallets into. That's what's keeping them going. Now, I want a new Naruto game to come out. There should be one coming out soon. And I'll fucking play that shit. Right? I don't fucking mind. I don't care. I'll play it. But this is I don't understand. I go on Wednesday, look at to see if there's no new events. Majority of the time, it's reruns. We haven't got the Ashura BT yet, right? Even if the Ashura BT comes out, who cares? He fucking sucks anyway. He's garbage now. The meta changed to the point where Ashura is useless. Like, the meta's changing before we even get the meta. It's so funny to me. Nobody on EN's gonna run Ashura now. The hyped unit, no one's gonna run him because of Guy Sensei. Another $3,000 unit. So, I will say this. They need to get their shit together because they're just going to keep losing more people. And that's going to cost them. Because when you lose too many people, the game will be gone. Because no one will play it. This is a quarantine game. We all started playing this shit when the COVID hit. So, that's all I have to say. This company's shit. Oasis is garbage. They don't give a shit about anybody but themselves. They don't care about the player base. I can comfortably say that. So, because it's been proven multiple times. They don't give a fuck about the free to plays, right? So they just want money. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So, see you guys in the next video. I don't know when. I don't care either. Soon, maybe. Yeah.